Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're returning, if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, hello and welcome, and I really hope you do come back. So for those of you that have never saw one of my meshes before and you're just finding my video for the very first time, my name is Arlene. I'm a seer. I tap into past, present and future energy. I'm a psychic medium and a healer, and I'm an open channel for the divine. And on this channel you will find twin flame and spiritual guidance. So if you found this channel for any reason at all, just trust you've been guided here for a reason, for a purpose. We've been brought into each other's life because we've been guided there. So just trust, and it could be something that there's an answer for you or something you've wondered about. Either way, I always find there could be a nugget of information in one of my meshes, and I just confirmed that. I've had a few meshes from people recently saying that they start watching my video and they go, it doesn't really sound like my connection, but then they listen a bit more and then they find out something that connects up to their connection, or I say something or connect something back. So yeah, so it just really these meshes are for more than one person. And always, and I just feel the need to say this, always use your discernment. And I don't feel that I always have to say that, but recently, because of things, you know, videos and stuff like that circulating, I feel more need to say it. But also, you know, you're just like your heart be your guides in these readings as well. And I'll try and bring through as many meshes I can that can personalize it, but just go with what your heart feels, what feels aligned inside of you. And if you're just here because you like listening just for the bants, then even better. Just welcome either way. So let's do it. Now I'm up very early in the morning, so I'm going to try my best and make this short. Please make this short tonight. So let's do it. Calling in heavenly ancestors, spirit guides, the archangels of love and light, and the ascended masters of the highest pure divine light. I call you in now for your love, your guidance, your blessings and protection throughout, as I bring forward a message for the twin flame and divine collective. Please and thank you. Archangel Michael, can you please surround my children, my dog, my home and myself in a golden bubble of God's protection at all times, as I bring forward a message for the twin flame and divine collective. Pardon me. Can also request Archangel Michael, whoever watches this message online, you surround them, their loved ones, their home and their pets in a golden bubble of God's protection also. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Archangel Metatron, can you please stabilise the connection between myself and spirit, ensuring only clear and concise messages can come through for the twin flame and for the divine collective's highest and greatest good at all times. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Sending love, light and gratitude, and so it is. So let's clear the energy and set the intention. I set the intention to bring through the highest vibration of unconditional love and healing and blessings towards every single person who connects with this message. Channel straight through the cosmic heart of Venus. And so it is. I'm seeing telegraph poles. Maybe that's what someone's looking up at right now, because I'm looking up and I'm seeing lots of telegraph poles. So maybe you're sitting looking up and you see lots of telegraph poles. It's just so strange. Now I'm seeing a drum roll. You know, I can never do it without spitting all over the camera. You know, that sound, and I'm seeing like drums, drum roll. I just heard drum roll. So generally a drum roll is when something suddenly is about to change. You know, when you get the drum roll, that means something exciting is about to happen. The drum roll usually means there's something exciting about to follow it. It's what I'm trying to say. Interesting. I'm seeing peacock feathers. So peacock feathers definitely can be a sign of pride. They can be a sign of spiritual awakening. But I always remember, the one thing I remember most about peacock feathers is in one of my Zoom sessions, Gaia came through very strongly, and she said that everyone on the chat was like a peacock feather. They were all individual, and it's because every single peacock feather is individual. There's no two peacock feathers the same. And so maybe this is someone who's now learning to embrace their uniqueness. Or you could have a lot of peacocks around where you live. So receptive and intense. Now this is someone who definitely found this connection too intense in the past. This is someone who is like, you know, do you know how you see these movies, the spy movies and stuff like that, where the walls start closing in and they're like, you know, they're doing the splits and to try and keep the walls from closing in. And that's what I'm seeing. This is someone who found this connection so intense, it was almost like the walls were closing in. And I do feel this person was definitely not receptive to the love at that time. And I feel it was just purely because I'm hearing this person was very sentimental about their past. So this person could have been very much sentimentally attached to a previous relationship. They could have had a lot of sentimental and nostalgic emotion for a previous partner, you know, a wife, a first love, like a, you know, a high school love or something like that. And I feel this person was not expecting to have such intense feelings for you, which definitely could have thrown them for a loop, especially if they were still kind of hung up on the kind of nostalgia and the sentimentality of a previous connection. You know, this could have been someone that could have been saying, you know, it ended badly, but we really had a great marriage, or we had a good life together, raising our children or something. So this is someone who definitely was sort of hung up on the sentimentality and nostalgia of a previous relationship, and I feel that's why they struggled. I just feel that it knocked them for six in some way. They did not expect to, and maybe this was you that did not expect to meet someone. Now, it's so funny because I've seen the telegraph poles side by side. Now, what does the telegraph poles do? They pass information from one pole to the other. And that's kind of what I was feeling when I was looking up at the telegraph poles, like the way they pass information. So this is someone that you have a very strong telepathic connection with. So you will be picking up a lot on this person's energy. You'll be picking up a lot on their emotion. But even more than that, you might start to want to eat more foods that they loved. Or you might start to listen to a song and you're wondering how you know all the words, and then you're thinking, oh, that used to be their favourite song. That's a song they listen to a lot in their car and stuff like that. So I feel there's a strong telepathic connection, but more than that, there's a really strong vibration coming through of this. You both really, yeah, see? Synchronicities. There's something really connected to the two of you now. Like, I feel you're both in alignment for something here. You're both in alignment. Let me see. Tell me why I'm feeling there's such a... So the moments. Think of a magical moment that brought you much joy with your partner. Now, that coffee cup could be significant. But I feel you're both in alignment for something here. There could be an opportunity here to create a moment in the future that really aligns you both with a moment from the past. Now, what I mean by that is like meeting at the first coffee shop you met at, or a meeting for lunch at the first place you had your first date or something like that. Or if you both thought, you know, you both loved the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's or something like that. And maybe you both go to see a movie showing off it. Something you're about to do in the future with this person is going to align you with something from your past. So, and let's split the deck, as always. Obstacles. So it says, look for ways around the obstacles to find happiness. Now, the confusion card's right behind that. So the biggest block here on this connection is this person's feelings, because I keep on feeling that this is someone who was so invested in a past connection, almost like this person was so invested in a past connection and not really at the point where they're ready to let go of the nostalgia about that. And just what I was talking about the other night, sometimes when you hold on to the good memories, they tend to outweigh the bad situations or the bad memories. And you always kind of use the good memories as a crutch in some way, because you think, like, if I focus on the good memories, then all the rubbishy stuff doesn't really matter. But if you're focusing still on the memories of the past, you're still staying in those old repetitive past cycles. And I've been talking a lot to people about this today, and I've been, saying, how I read a card the other night and it stuck with my mind when it said the past is gone, the future's not happened yet, and now is the only place we should be. And that's so true. That really stuck with me, that card. What will I get now? See, I'm not going to do a lot tonight. I might pull a card from my Lord Ganesh deck, because I love pulling cards from Lord Ganesh deck. And today I pulled a card which I put in my Instagram, and it was so funny because I was totally stunned. I put on this top this morning because I felt, I'm having an empowering day, and it turned out to be absolutely amazing, which I'll tell you about soon. But I decided to put on yellow today, and then I pulled a card from my Ganesh deck to ask what does today hold for me, and the empowerment card came out, and when I started reading the message about yellow and the solar plexus, I was like, whoa, I cannot believe I picked that card after choosing this shirt today. So it was just so aligned for me, that message, and my actual day has been so aligned as well. So let me see. Tell me what's coming through here for this connection I'm picking up on here, or this group collective energy. I'm seeing something that's really now this could be something you're seeing in your third eye yourself. I'm seeing a little prism of light. It's like a little triangle, a little white triangle pyramid, and it's just like this light beaming out from all angles of this little white pyramid. So someone could be seeing that right now. It could be something you're seeing in your mind's eye a lot. So it says, I fly with the wings of love, unbound by limitations and open to the new horizons. The butterfly dance. Now, you could be seeing a lot of butterflies. You could be seeing a lot of white butterflies, a lot of monarch butterflies. But whether you're seeing butterflies or not, there's a beautiful metamorphosis happening here. There's a beautiful change happening. And I was just talking to some of my channel members here, and I was saying that the masculines definitely seem to be a lot more disorientated right now, certainly with the energy I'm picking up on, because the divine feminines are so calm. And I was just saying, when I was doing the message with them, I was feeling a really serene, still, calm energy coming through. Almost like that swan. It glides across the water. There's a calmness, there's barely a ripple in the water. That's what I feel for the divine feminine energy right now, which is definitely causing the masculines to feel a bit more panicked, because when they're feeling you're in this peaceful state, they're now realizing they're happy, they're content, they're no longer craving me, they're no longer feeling the need for me to be in their life. And that is when they can then no longer fight the magnetism back towards you, because all the resistance that's been there, when you find that inner peace and that calm and that union within yourself, where you just know there's no separation. There's never been separation. We are always one. We are always together. And you just find that inner peace and calm within yourself, that stillness. It's like a magnet. It's like one of these big alchemy magnets that Wile E. Coyote uses to try and catch Roadrunner, but always fails. It's one of those huge big magnets. And that is exactly what I feel is going on for the masculines right now. They're feeling a bit chaotic, they're feeling a bit ungrounded, because the divine feminine is feeling so grounded and at peace and healed. But it's only temporary, because this is a metamorphosis happening right now. And yeah, see the moonlight alchemy. There's something healing, there's something changing, there's something transforming in many masculines because of your inner peace and your union, and not just because you're always in union, but it's recognizing the union. You have to recognize it. And you have to look in the mirror, and it's not arrogant and it's not conceited to look in the mirror and go, I accept you fully just as you are. I love you just as you are. Every single part of you I accept, my shadow, my light. I embrace you and love you just as you are. And that is so important. It really is so important. It says, the cosmic embrace. I dance with the rhythm of the universe, knowing my heart is woven into the true fabric of love. So this is just saying the universe is seeing how it's the two silhouettes there dancing under that cosmic light, and it's just saying the universe, I feel, is blessing many of you for the work you've done and the healing you've done on your journey. It's almost like you know, I just feel for so many divine feminines, you have reached a point now where you just know the good stuff's going to happen. You know, it's just, you're there as you're saying, just let the good times roll. Just allow. Because I was just telling one of my best friends, I was on the phone to her, and I was telling her about my news today. And she was asking, you know, she was like, you must be so excited, you must be buzzing. And I was like, I haven't really had a chance to process it yet because it's all happening at once. But a couple of days ago, I just thought, you know what, Arlene, it's time. Just welcome the new. Just every single morning wake up and go, I know something amazing is happening for me today and I'm just ready to receive it. And I've just stepped into this new energy where it's just, I'm no longer even focused on the past anymore. It's almost like I barely think about yesterday anymore. So it's definitely changing things for me in the future. And I'll actually, before I use another deck, yesterday was such an amazing day for me. Now, a lot of you won't see this as such a big deal, but I fulfilled an inner child moment for myself. And my best friend got it. She understood. When we were children, we used to go to the swimming pool to get swimming lessons as children. Now, I nearly drowned as a toddler through no fault apart from my own. My dear mother was sitting chatting, and we were down visiting family in Porter's Bar in England, and we were at that time it was the Olympic champion swimming pool, and all the Olympic champions were training there, and one of my family members was they were working there at the swimming pool. So I was there with my mum. I was only a toddler. I was toddling about, you know. I was getting around. I think I might have been like 2.5 or something. And anyway, my mum was sitting chatting away to some other ladies, and I decided to go for the diving board, the Olympic diving board. Now, I actually remember this so clearly. I remember climbing up and wondering why no one had stopped me, just thinking I'll just keep going, no one's stopping me. And I cannot believe, I mean, you know how high these Olympic diving boards are. Well, Arlene, being the crazy toddler she was, decided she was going to jump right in. And I still remember to this day looking down at that beautiful turquoise water and just feeling a sense of this is going to take me home. I felt that way. I felt whatever going down there is going to take me home. It was so inviting and it felt just perfect. And sadly, the last thing I remember was all these screams, including my poor mother, as I jumped from this diving board. I ended up with really skin knees. It took all the skin off my knees, and I think one of my elbows got fractured. But my mum, it wasn't so much my fear of water, but my mum really wouldn't let me near water after that because she was so petrified. And then I was tipped out of a friend's boat in the middle of the loch once, and I don't even remember how I swam to get to the pier for my cousin pulled me out of the water. But somehow I did. I don't know how I did. I don't know how I got from the middle of the loch to there. I blacked out. But anyway, I've always had a little fear, and I've always been able to just swim if I thought I had to save myself and that's it. There was always a fear, and I remember being as a kid going to swimming lessons when I was in school and watching one of the girls in my class, and she would swim up and down the pool, up and down the pool, and I would just feel really teary because I would be looking at it going, I wish I could do that. I wish I could just swim from one end of the pool to the other. That's all I really wish I could do. And I just remember as a kid wishing that was me and not being so scared. And yesterday, I got up yesterday morning, this was all part of the new me. I got up yesterday morning, I was right, okay, today I am going to go, and because I remember on holiday I told you I got over my fear of swimming, but I still wasn't confident enough yet to swim up and down the pool. So yesterday I got ready, out of bed, said I'm going to go swimming today, and that's what I did. And I was swimming lengths of the pool yesterday, in fact lots of lengths of the pool yesterday, so much so my ankles and stuff. I got up this morning, I was like, oh, I feel a bit achy today. And I realised how many times I'd been swinging up and down a pool yesterday. But it was just such a moment for me of fulfilling a childhood dream of mine, to be able to swim confidently from one end of the pool to the other, to swim lengths of the pool. Now, it's something minor to all of you, but to my inner child, it was priceless. So it definitely changed something for me yesterday as well. So I just had to share that because it was just such a beautiful moment for my inner child. I was actually crying at the pool yesterday. I was saying to my daughter, I wish you had a camera in here to take a video of me swimming up and down, because I wanted to watch it back just to see myself actually doing it. But just the doing it was amazing. It really was. So back to this message for the collective and twin flame energies. Tell me more about this connection. Okay, stormy embrace. I welcome the power of passionate love. Its depths are enriching my very soul. Now, what did I say at the start? Remember you got the intense card? Whoever this person is, this intense connection is, and look, this love is balancing out, it's harmonizing. Again, because you're feeling balanced and at peace within yourself, it's created. That's twice that's happened tonight. The bag keeps on moving over there. It says, the cosmic humming. I feel the rhythm of the universe resonating within me, knowing my heart is part of a cosmic symphony. So it's just saying you and this person are balancing out your energy. There's something harmonious now about this love, and it's changing. It's balancing out, it's alchemizing. And I just feel this is someone who is ready now to embrace this more passionate connection that they ran from, or they hid from, or they were too scared to really invest in before. So give me some overall energy. 5 of Wands. I am not surprised that card came out, because I do feel this person was really I just feel really scared, you know, because with that intense card and the receptive card, this person was a bit scared with how quickly this happened, by how suddenly this entered their life, because this is what made this person feel chaotic. You triggered this person in some way. And maybe this person thought, maybe they were doing the kind of woe is me thing. I'm never going to go over my past relationship. I'm never going to heal from that. Maybe they said to you, don't expect me to open up to you because my heart is still with my previous partner and I'm not really over them yet. But this person was taken by surprise because you actually made them fall in love with you. You actually got them to open up their heart, and maybe it made them realize that they didn't really love the previous person, and maybe that's what sent them into a bit of chaos also. Well, so 6 of Swords and the 6 of Wands. So this person is moving on from some sort of negative mindset or some sort of fear of this connection. So, and I do feel this person is really understanding now that they're realizing that, because I'm seeing like a garden that's really badly tended to, and it's all overgrown and something needs, you know, stuff needs cut back, a bit like my own garden usually. This person's seeing that a garden needed tending to. They kind of let things out of hand, they let things out of control possibly with you in this connection. It's almost like they almost thought that if they didn't, ignored its existence, or they could just move on from it and they'd be fine, but they've not been fine and they can't move on from it. So tell me a bit more for this person, please. Two of Pentacles. So there's something about this person now. I don't really feel this was so much about choices. I just feel this person was really unstable in their energy. Because again, I keep on feeling this person thought, if I move on, if I can move on from this person and not really focus on it, then I'll be fine. But maybe this person thought if they moved on and just started, you know, receiving invitations from other people or to date other people or something, but this person, they definitely have struggled to find balance in their life. So the Three of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Yeah. So I feel whatever happened in the past with this person, their failure to recognise what this was at the time definitely has stopped them moving forward in their life in some way. You know, it's like this person has been stuck in the past with you. They were stuck in the past with a previous connection, which stopped them opening up to you. And now this person is like, oh my God, I'm stuck in the past, but it's no longer with my ex now, it's with my Divine Feminine. And I feel this person has really been trying to get that balance back in their life again. And you could be seeing a lot of the infinity symbol, because I keep seeing the infinity symbol. So, Ace of Cups and the Death card here on the bottom. And they're saying the Knight of Cups also. So I just feel an end to stagnancy, an end to someone avoiding their feelings for you. But this person is realising now they can't constantly live in regret of the past. This is like someone who's constantly living in regret, like constantly looking back over their shoulder and thinking, oh, I miss the past, I miss the good times of the past. They're failing to see that there's actually good times to make in the future as well. So let's tell me a bit more about this person, and I'm going to get some personal energy through before I pull some ending oracles. So the King of Swords, so you could be dealing with an air sign, because we've got the Knight of Swords on the bottom as well. So this is fast communication, this is fast, someone who, yes, the Chariot, oh my goodness. Now, I've been feeling this a lot with the masculines lately, this energy, not just because it's the Chariot card and everyone knows it's about coming towards you, but I definitely feel it's the end of a cycle and a new cycle opening up here. But also, for many of you, I feel your masculines do stay at a distance. And I do feel that there is something that they have to definitely change, or so for some of them they could be relocating or leaving a situation behind. But I do feel and I do feel like progress has been made in some sort of situation, like a home move or something. But I just feel the energy of this is masculines who are saying, I can no longer stay stuck in the past. It's stopping me from moving forward. And I feel that some sort of sudden change will happen with that Knight of Swords, like almost like, you know what, I'm done sitting in the past. I want to progress forward now. I want to take some sort of chance. Yeah, see? And look who's right behind the star. This is someone who's now following their guidance, following their heart. You know, almost like following the star. I'm seeing a little petri dish in a lab, and it's under like lots of hot lamps and things. I'm getting a lot of garden references here and like things growing from seeds and stuff. So definitely someone could be a keen gardener or a horticulturist or something. Or they could work around gardens, you know, a landscaper or something like that. Because I'm now seeing like a petri dish and all these little lights doing, you know, the false sort of sunlight. And I'm just seeing these tiny little shoots coming out from this petri dish. So it's almost like things have been slow to get started. But I feel once they've sprouted, things are going to move quite quickly. Like, I think it's going to go from a little small seed and a little tiny shoot to something quite big, because I've seen an overgrown garden. So maybe this is saying this person has to tend to the garden, but also this is saying things are going to get quite expansive very quickly. Things are going to grow out of control very quickly in a good way, because, you know, you've got the Ace of Cups. So, you know, this definitely could be a situation with that intense, and that you got the Passion card. So something could be about to take off very, very quickly. Yes, see, now the Empress card there and the Three of Swords. Someone who's definitely stuck in a lot of heartbreak and nostalgia over you from the past. And, you know, I feel, as I say, this, when you met this person, they could have been pining someone else. And then now they're pining you. And that is what has made them realise. That is what has made this person realise, like, oh my goodness, like, when I met them, I was pining over my ex, and now I'm pining over them. So maybe I didn't really love my you know, previous wife or previous girlfriend or whatever. That's what I feel coming through. That's definitely what I feel. Let's see. Nine of Cups. So this is someone who's finally come to the reality here. You know, they've made some sort of decision. They're following their heart. They know they have to make some sort of decision here. And the Page of Swords. So this is someone who definitely has been avoiding communication for a long time. But it's almost like they now see things clearly. And that's what I feel. This person definitely, when they've realised now that they're no longer caring about their other previous relationships, the only one that matters to them now, it's almost like if you met this person, they were still kind of heartbroken over a previous relationship. It seems like this person now, if you were ever to say, oh, do you still hear from your ex, such and such a name, they'd be like, who? That's what it feels like. Can I give me a couple of these cards to get overall energy from this person? So our love is real. So this is someone who is realizing now that this is a real deal. This love is a real deal. The things that we're pining over from the past, the people of the past, intensity, see? They couldn't handle the intensity of this connection, even though they know now this love is real. They were scared of it. I'm so regretful of the things I've left unspoken, and the love on the bottom of the deck. So it says, I trust in us and in the guidance of our higher selves. Have faith that it's safe to love me as much as I love you. Our union is protected by the angels, and we are destined to be together in the future. Intensity. My feelings for you overwhelm me. And so my feelings for you overwhelm me sometimes. So please reassure me by taking things slowly and being patient with me. This will help me feel comfortable with the changes that is happening within me. So this is someone who's going through intense heart chakra opening, intense heart chakra clearing, and they're now feeling those intense emotions, and they're now understanding this is real. And this person really regrets the unspoken things they have said to you regarding their feelings. If this person wasted all their time with you talking about a previous person, oh, you know, we were good together and I miss them, and you know, things didn't work out, but I still, you know, if this person that spent all their time talking about a past or an ex, the only person they focus on now is you. It's definitely you. That's all I can tell you. It has to be you. It had to be you. So let's see. A message from the divine, and then I'll pull a message from from Lord Ganesh. Acceptance. I accept every step that life presents me without resistance. So I told you this person was just resistant because this was such an intense connection. I try to find out what the universe is trying to teach me so that I can grow from this. Thus, I advance in freedom on the path of light. And give me one more, please. One more. It says, one step at a time. See, baby steps. I see the mountain ahead and dedicate myself to taking one small step at a time. I make progress by staying focused on the present moment, the current task. Thus, I regain my ease of living in the now. So there we go. This person definitely struggled. And, you know, it wasn't, as I say, I just felt it knocked this person for six meeting you. It was just like an unexpected blow to the heart chakra they were not expecting. Like, what the heck is going on here? Why am I suddenly feeling these intense emotions when I'm still, you know, pining for my ex or something? That's kind of what I feel. So let's see what message comes through from beautiful Lord Ganesha here for this connection. Let's see what comes through. Okay. To close out this message. Let's see what comes through. See, sorry, all the cards are quite stuck together, but let's see. Can I get a message for the collective to close out this beautiful message, please and thank you, Lord Ganesha. Okay, I see one in here and I'm going for this one. I'm going for this one. So let's see. Cultivation. The petri dish. The petri dish. Something being cultivated in the petri dish. So let's see. Cultivation, card 37. Okay. So it says, listening to music can heal, encourage, and nurture your soul. Your spirituality is an essential part of who you are, and it forms the framework of your world. Music resonates with the human spirit. At the heart of humanity is the song of the soul. Music has the power to unite communities, cultures, and civilizations. Listening to music can heal, it can hearten and support your soul. Studies have found that music tones communicate with and have an energetic impact on the cells and organs of the human body. It's believed that the cells vibrate and essentially have their own musical intonation. Listening to music can help heal and uplift your energy and spirit. You may find that by tuning into uplifting or calming music, you create space for greater contemplation and in turn gain more clarity about what you are creating in your life. It can also bring about a stronger connection to your higher self and to oneness. Music cultivates community as sound fosters communication and greater unity. Cultivation is a continual process that develops, encourages, and nurtures you. There is a spiritual connection that forms between the music and the listener. Ganesha is inviting you to incorporate music into your life today in a way that will align you and your spiritual expansion. Listen to soothing music while you prepare for your day and move away from the noise of excessive electronic and digital images and back to a more melodic existence. Take time to sit and listen to music. Doing this can shift your energy to a clear and more receptive state. So music can be very significant for this connection, but I just feel this is for everyone, you know. And remember, you've got the music note actually on the heart as well. So music could be, you or your person could be musicians, or music could play a big part of your journey. But it's just saying it's a time to really find time for music, because music is a huge part of my day, and I know many people who watch this, it's a huge part of your day too. and it's so important. You know, it's when I want to really raise my vibration, singing and dancing, it's my favorite thing to do. It's the most high vibrational thing you can do, especially dancing. I mean, it's like art form, isn't it? Dancing is just like bringing, it's like people use a canvas with a paintbrush, and dancing is just like art, but using your body as a paintbrush. And that's what I totally love about dancing, and especially freestyle. It's just amazing when you just let your arms go everywhere. It's so fun. But anyway, on that note, shut up now, Arlene. So let's do it. God bless you, your home, your family, and your pets. And God bless your physical reunions coming with your special person very, very soon. Dearest everlasting Father and Mother of all creation, as we move on with our day or night, wherever we are in the world, would you go ahead of us, dwell within us, shine through us, blessing all those who cross our path. God of hope, would you fill us to overflowing today with all joy and peace by the power of your Holy Spirit. Amen. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Namaste.